Not more than 8 months ago, I published my review of the Redmi 12C. And here we are with the new Redmi 13C. Do I consider this an upgrade? Should you buy this budget phone? In this review, we'll look at what has stayed the same and what's actually new. The new phone starts at 16,000 shillings and goes up to 20,000 shillings, depending on RAM and storage options. In a world where there's an argument that smartphones have peaked in design and in ideas, you cannot expect a huge generation leap between the Redmi 12C and the 13C. And there isn't. A lot of things have remained the same, and these are 1. The rear camera, 2. The processor, 3. Storage and RAM options, 4. Battery and fast charging. We still have the same 50 megapixel camera as before. I think the processing has slightly improved, so photos and videos are a little better. You get an extra 2 megapixel lens that shoots macro photography, which I bet you'll never use, and there's a 0.08 megapixel auxiliary lens that I don't know why it's here. I bet it's there for aesthetics. The processor remains the same, Helio G85 chipset, which again is better than, say, having a Unisoc chipset, but you can feel it lag on certain actions. For example, when you open an app, when you switch between apps, when you make an action and the time it is executed. But it is okay, and it will handle your social tasks and entertainment needs pretty well. But that's about it. Don't expect to do heavy lifting with this phone. The storage and RAM options remain the same with up to 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage, but the tech is the same eMMC 5.1 standard, which is very slow. As I said last time, I wish this was UFS technology used. Battery remains the same, a 5000 mAh battery with a 10 watt charger in the box. Same as last time, you can still use your 18 watt charger if you buy one yourself, but what you get in the box is a 10 watt charger. What's new? A significant number of things are new with the Redmi 13C, and perhaps Xiaomi deems this enough reasons for a slight price increase. However, I'm saying that taking into account that the Kenyan shilling has been losing value compared to the dollar, so the phones are essentially almost the same price, but we are dealing with different exchange rates. Here's what's new with the Redmi 13C. 1. A whole new look. I think I quite like the previous design, but this new look is much more premium and nice on the hand. The back finish feels really good, doesn't attract fingerprints as much, but it does attract a lot of dust particles. It also looks so cool in black. The fingerprint has been moved from the back to the power button, and it's quite responsive and fast. Secondly, there's now USB Type-C. I really dislike that they put micro USB on the Redmi 12C. I am glad they're back to USB Type-C because the Redmi number series has always had Type-C since the 6A, I believe, then something shifted. I noticed that the Safaricom Neon devices with their Type-C port don't support all chargers. I'm happy to report that this port on the 13C works with all my chargers in the house. The third new thing is 90Hz refresh rate. The 720p resolution hasn't changed, you still get that, and the device screen size is just a little bigger, not significant from the 12C, but now the display refreshes at 90Hz, which is remarkably better than 60Hz, although I think that means you could get slight hit on battery life. The fourth new thing is a new 8 megapixel selfie camera. The previous phone had a 5 megapixel camera, and here you get an 8 megapixel camera. Not much in resolution has changed on that front. And the fifth new thing is Android 13. I said in my previous video with the 12C that one of the best things about the 12C was that you could get full version of Android, nothing around Android Go or Lite apps. That's now improved, as here you also get Android 13 full version, no Android Go or Lite apps. So, should you buy? Of course, the minor improvements are enough to warrant someone to get the 13C over the 12C, and I don't think anyone at this price point cares to upgrade the device after just a period of 8 months. I think anyone buying a phone at this price wants to keep it as much as possible. So this is an upgrade for people who didn't get the 12C or are looking for a new budget phone. So if you're looking for a device within this price range, you can consider this phone. Right now there's a lot of competition. It is important to note that there's a couple of bloatware apps pre-installed games, which MIUI gladly allows you to get rid of, so that's okay. It's also important to note that there is competition from the likes of itel with the itel S23 Plus, itel A70, and other budget phones that are also worth your consideration at this point in time. Let me know your thoughts on the Redmi 13C and remember to subscribe.